today I filmed this everyday makeup look using a full face of all my favorite products. So I hope that you guys like this tutorial, and if you do, please subscribe and thumbs up. It means so much to me, and yeah, let's get into this. Let me just chug my coffee since it's 12 o'clock and I just started filming. So first we're going to start off by prepping our face and make suring sounds right to me actually. Make suring our face is nice and prepped so everything goes on smoothly. So I'm going to be first taking my Pharma Skincare Multi-Gly Eye and Lip Complex Skin Repair. They sent this to me. I literally cannot go to sleep or go on with my day without using this stuff for my lips. It's literally so good. So I just like to prep my lips before doing any makeup look because you don't want to have crusty lips by the time you put on liquid lipstick. Start off by priming our face, and my favorite primer would definitely be the Smashbox Primer Water. I like this because, first of all, it's really convenient. Instead of rubbing a primer around your skin and putting more bacteria already onto your skin, you just have to spray this onto your face. So this hydrates my skin, and this also makes my makeup last really long, so that's why I love it. It's convenient, makes your makeup stay, and it's hydrating, so I really don't think you can go wrong. And it is $30 and it lasts such a long time, so I'm gonna spray that all over my face. Okay, so moving on to foundation. I can't only pick one just because I like creating my own consistency with mixing foundations, but it's actually 2 drugstore foundations, so that's a plus. So my favorites are the L'Oreal Pro Matte and the L'Oreal True Match Lumi. So the L'Oreal Matte Foundation, this makes your makeup stay on so long. I'm always rubbing my face at work, itching my nose, and this never comes off. And then mixing a couple pumps of this really just adds a luminosity that this doesn't give just because it's a matte foundation. If you like a matte foundation, I think you'd really like this. But I have super dry skin, so I always have to, no matter what foundation I'm using, I always do pumps of this in it. So to be quite honest, I've always thought it was pretty cool using this thing. So let me just show it off a little bit. So mixing this all up, I'm just going to pop that on my face. So once we painted our face, we are going to blend that out. This is also a little favorite. Okay, so this is the Real Technique Beauty Sponge. This is $5. You can get 2 of them for like $10, which is such a good deal because you can't even get one Real Beauty blender for $10. It's $20, and this works so much better than the Beauty Blender in my opinion. So you can get this at Ulta. You can also get it at Walmart, but it's pretty hard to find at Walmart. So just keep your eyes out for it. I literally am obsessed with it. But for concealer, my favorite is definitely the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. I use the shade NW20, and I like this concealer because it's the only concealer I've found that doesn't crease on me. And it's also very brightening, and it's pretty hydrating. So we're just going to take this under our eyes, the bridge of our nose, our forehead, cupid's bow, and chin. Okay, so after we have concealed, we are going to skip setting our face right now because we're going to move on to cream contouring. So it's very important when you're cream contouring to not put one little drop of powder on before putting a cream on your face. So taking the shade Banana, I'm just going to further highlight my forehead, going down the bridge of my nose, just in all the areas. We just highlighted. I just don't like to keep it under the eye because this does crease and MAC Pro Longwear doesn't, but it only creases under the eyes. Okay, so now taking the shade Fawn, I'm just going to carve my cheekbones out. Alrighty, so first I'm going to blend out the contour using my Sigma 3D HD Kabuki brush. And the reason why I love these for contouring and highlighting is because they're super flat. They don't have any like dewiness to them, so they really work really well for highlighting and contouring. So I would definitely try these out if you have more dry skin. I wouldn't recommend it as a foundation because it's really dry unless you want to mix a beauty oil in, but definitely for highlighting and contouring, I love it. So I'm going to set that concealer with my Shade and Light palette from Kat Von D, and I'm going to take this middle shade here, which clearly I've used almost all of it because I'm obsessed with it. And I'm just going to set all of my concealer with my M438 by Morphe. So the reason why I love this powder is because it's not like super drying and powdery. It goes on really smoothly, and also it's very brightening. I've just never really tried an under eye setter that I really loved besides this one, so I'm obsessed. And I actually think she came out with some single pans, which is so good, and clearly I need to get some. So moving on to my favorite bronzer of all time is the Mineralized Skin Finish in the shade Give Me Sun. This is by MAC. I am obsessed with this bronzer. So using my Morphe M527, I'm just going to dust that on the perimeter of my face. And the reason why I love this bronzer so much is because it gives such a warm glow to the skin. Like, as you can see, it's pretty warm. And I like that in bronzers because it just looks like you're just sun-kissed. Like, give me sun. I like to just dust this all around the perimeter of my face. I even like to put it a little bit on the bridge of my nose and cheeks just to give the skin a nice tan. So moving on to contouring, my favorite contour shade would definitely be from the Morphe NBZ palette. So I love the middle shade right here for contouring. It's just such a cool toned bronzer, which really like mimics a shadow. Something about this bronzer, contour shade just goes on so smoothly. And Morphe is like literally, I'm pretty sure this was like $15, maybe a little more, maybe $20. But all of these shades, I'm just so obsessed with Morphe. So I'm just going to be using my Makeup Geek rounded blush brush to chisel these big old cheeks. You know these cheeks are big. So moving on to blush, my favorite is hands down the Milani Baked Powder Blush in the shade Berry Amore. I have used this so many times that I honestly don't know how it's still living. This is just the most beautiful shade I've ever seen in my whole entire life. It has a little bit of a sheen to it, which I love. It just looks so healthy on the skin. So you can get this at Walmart. It's really cheap and definitely my favorite. Moving on to highlighter, I always use two highlighters no matter what, and that's because I don't go in with a highlighter unless I put the Laura Geller Gilded Honey on. So this you can get from like Ulta, and this is $26, which is a really good deal. This has lasted me so long. I like to use this with my finger, and I just like to lay this down before any highlight because It's the most poppin' highlight I've ever seen, if you can see what I'm saying right here. Like that, just ridiculous. So since I'm extra and have to use 2 highlights, I definitely have to go with the Anastasia Glow Kit. This is the Sweets. This is by far my favorite one. Something about this palette is just so magical. I don't know what it is, but literally the shade Butterscotch in here is ridiculous. So I'm going to be taking my Morphe M501 brush and dipping into a little butterscotch. And I'm just going to be putting this all over that Gilded Honey. Like, seriously, that highlight is poppin'. So moving on to brows, by far the Anastasia Dip Brow is my favorite brow product. I use the shade Dark Brown. I just like to first go ahead and line my brows. And then I go in and fill them in. But let me know if you guys want to see a in-depth brow tutorial, and I'll definitely do that. I'm going to keep the eyes super simple today. All I'm going to do is pop a little transition shade in the crease just to give my eyes some dimension. I'm going to be taking Creme Brulee by Makeup Geek, and this is with my Morphe M441 brush. So I'm just blending this in my crease. No specific way. I just kind of want to bring a wash of color into the crease and also just add a bit of dimension, make those sockets pop. So that's it for the eyes. We are just going to spice it up with a wing. So my favorite liner is definitely the NYX Matte Liquid Liner. This is so easy to work with, and it's matte. I love when it's matte, and it's nice and black. I'm just going to kind of skip through this. If you guys want a wing eyeliner tutorial, let me know, and I will do that for you. So I actually don't have any of my favorite lashes here. I really need to order some new ones. But my favorite lashes are definitely Cocoa Lashes in the style Goddess. But I will show you my second favorite, which is by Ace Beauty. And they are in the style Jade. So lastly, for lips, my favorite would definitely have to be ColourPop Chi or Chai. I call it Chi. But this is just like the everyday perfect nude. I always go to this one. So now I'm just going to be a little bit extra, of course, and I'm going to pop on some little fake freckles. My favorite way to do this is with eyeshadow. And I like to take the color Barcelona Beach by Makeup Geek. And I do this because this is more of a cool toned eyeshadow, which makes it appear more like freckles. I like to take it on my Morphe M160, and I just put it on the tip of my brush, and then I just kind of dot all where I want. I don't go in a specific pattern or anything. I just like to go randomly so it looks more natural, you know? So once we have those, I like to go in with a foundation brush, and I'm just using my Morphe 439, and I just like to pat in the skin right over the freckles to kind of blend that into the skin. So pretty much our first layer of Fox Freckles is just a little base. After we are done buffing them in, you can hardly see them. Add some more. Now I'm just going to be finishing off with my Slay All Day Makeup Setting Spray from Gerard Cosmetics. And that is the completed look, guys. I hope that you liked this tutorial. and I hope that these products were helpful. If you buy any of these products or try them out, please let me know what you think of them.